First of all, I would like to say, as a teacher educator, I have varied difference among the teaching strategies from the past 10 years. Initially, we used to have only passive learners in the classroom, but over a period of time, past 5 years, we have been training teachers, and then we have seen a tremendous change in the in innovative teaching technologies. So even we still that there is certain discretion among certain CBSE schools as well as few schools have gone into inclusive education. So I still feel teachers are yet to be trained and they have to transform their classrooms as a guide and facilitator, not only as a classroom. Instead of being very teacher-centered curriculum, concentrating on teacher-centered curriculum, they need to face towards the learner-centered curriculum, and then they have to explore the subject matter into real-life situations. So this will definitely suit our new educational policy 2020 goal. It is related with our today's webinar topic. I did it on a study of parental self-efficacy of children with autism. Next slide. Yeah, to introduce with this talk, I need to tell if people with autism are to have an opportunity to reach their maximum potential and have dignified futures, the community of parents, siblings, other relatives, and professionals will have to continue to work together as a team. The broad objective of this study has undertaken to compare parental self-efficacy of autistic children on their gender, age, educational qualifications, family size, and economic status. But to begin with my introduction, as a researcher in this autism field, I have to tell that parents raising a child with autism face extreme difficulties in dealing with challenging behaviors, teaching their child to communicate, teaching basic life skills, guarding their child from danger, and preparing their child for adult life. Next slide. Conceptual framework of autism. If I have to begin with what is meant by autism for the viewers, it is a neurodevelopment disorder characterized by impaired social interaction, verbal and non-verbal communication, and restricted and repetitive behavior. It also deals with autism spectrum disorder. This shows autism spectrum describes a range of conditions classified as neurodevelopmental disorder in the 5th revision of the American Psychiatric Association Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder 5th edition, which is predominantly called as DSM-5. But here, what we are going to deal in my present topic is childhood autism becomes a characteristic subgroup of PDD. Normally, we say PDD. PDD means pervasive development disorders category. So, childhood autism forms one subfactor among this category. And now I would like to move. I would like to go ahead with my variables. Next slide. Now, as a researcher, I would like to say what is meant by parental self-efficacy. I have to state it is a degree to which parents perceive themselves as capable and effective in their parenting role. Can we move ahead with the next slide? Yeah. So when I come back to the methodology of this study, the information regarding parental self-efficacy among children with autism has been collected and the impact of parental self-efficacy is studied. Keeping those in mind, the investigator uses the descriptive comparative survey method of research as it deals with parental anxiety, stress, role of parents, and coping strategies dealing with their autistic children. Here I would like to mention a point, like I have used the parenting sense of competence scale and it was administered with a 5-point Likert scale. Next slide. So when I go with major findings of this study, I could see like majority of the parents have shown an average PSE score. PSE is an abbreviated form of parental self-efficacy of our webinar topic. So an average PSE score, while a majority of the parents have shown an average PSE score, while a low score is attributed to the 26.25% among the parents of the autistic children. And then I could even find out there exists no significant difference among the parents from different age groups in their parental self-efficacy. Thirdly, larger part of the parents have shown average PSE scores irrespective of the educational qualifications, family size, and economic status. Now, what does this study shows? It really gives us a sense that obviously we used to have our joint families. Everyone would be upset in the family. The remaining members of the family would give lot of moral support. So my study could imply upon the nuclear family concept that more number of families would be there in a child where we can see an autistic child. The efficacy was literally little bit more and enhanced. And to sum up with this one, like in this aspect of conclusion, I have to even say one more qualitative point. According to my research, it shows the difference of mean between the male and the female parental efficacy was not significant at 0.05 levels. Hence, null hypothesis is accepted at 0.05 levels, and it further interprets that both father and mother are equally affected or equally effective in their parenting towards their children with autism. So we could not find a drastic difference. Like in US, we can find a slight difference between the mother and the father parental self-efficacy. But even though my study is very limited between within the Navi Mumbai from Vashi to Panvel, I could not find a significant difference between the mother and the father parental self-efficacy. So I would like to go ahead with recommendations. My recommendations would include, with an understanding teacher or possibly an aide, a more able autistic child can function very well in a school and learn valuable social skills from his peer group. However, even children with very high IQs are often not permitted in regular classes. And here we have got an additional grounded point in our Indian education. So I would like to say additionally, the rigidity and the pressure of school area can make it difficult for an autistic child to cope without special allowances. All the schools, when I have done my survey, including state board to CBSE to ICSE, very few schools, countable number of schools were having a feature of inclusive education. So it was very difficult for them to come back and then continue their mainstream education. So we really find very less factors for this. So therefore, I could say special schools need to invest in learning these techniques so that they can provide the necessary help to both the children and the families. So as a researcher, I could find out like there is an urgent need to begin planning residences and centers for these children within the society and within the district headquarters as well. Next slide, please. Culmination. My research says like further research can be done to coordinate regular schools with special schools to accommodate autistic children. It can be expanded to sensitize the teacher trainees with autism and their behavior problems among children. What does this really mean? It shows the inclusive education. It shows about the differential instruction. We are supposed to go with inclusive education as well as with differential instruction, as well as with the flipped classroom. And there are so many aspects where we need an assistant teacher to cope up with all these strategies. Hopefully, I feel like new educational policy 2020 is going to cater to all these problems. But before that, we as teacher educators, I feel we have to make an effective plan, and then we have to make an implementation of action plan, training the teachers in this sensitization of autism research. However, like I would like to end up the scope of my study viewers, the study was limited to 80 parents. The project has been used as a case study. Daily they need to boost themselves, daily they need to motivate themselves, and with their motivation their children will get encouragement. Imagine if a parent or any parent like who will become dull in their regular routine, even the child becomes dull. So in my workshop, like, I enhanced the skills of parental self-efficacy, but however, we could not see overnight results because external factors were varying, and it could take into a measurable outcome only after a period of 6 months. And hopefully we are continuing with the same service. So we have reproductive health counselors, and through reproductive health counseling, like any parent can come forward and then they can take the training, like they are going to counsel the parents of such children, where we are going to see adolescent girls, like how to raise them and how to raise them from the dangers, and how to make them build them, like, and go, how to present, like, how to inculcate certain habits so that they can have good adult life. Marriageable age of the husband. If a husband, that is a father, will delay in the conception of his child, has got a direct or slightly genetic mutation, like a point mutation may occur. If a father will go with a child, if a father feels like, like he's above 40 or above 45, so there is a tendency that one of the children will be partly autistic, and it is still yet to be diagnosed with the findings, but the abstract has shown that there is a link with the point mutation. When the aging of the father, when father feels like, above 45 and then below 50, if he wants to go for a child, so there is a particular feature in the point mutation which has given an attributing factor towards the autistic child in their children. Like one child can be autistic. So this is what new research is saying. It is more predominant among the male child and less predominant among the girl child. Like we find more number of boys as autistic children in our country. So there was a question, there was a debate, and then the research has shown it is just because when the child is born, the emotional quotient of a girl child is much more enhanced than the boy child. But there is no evidence for it. Like, till now, like, researchers are not able to prove, only it is a factorial analysis. Like it has reached to a stage where like we are just going to have a ratio of males, that is a male child, to be more predominant, but still it is yet to be proven. There is no grounded rule, and we cannot say without any evidence.